Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Moss Devour. Today we're going to be going over some SnD rush routes, specifically for the map Picadilly. You want to make sure you're using Cali sticks. It's faster than the Kodochis and it's faster than the knife as well. Cali sticks is going to give you that fastest movement speed, and honestly, rush routes, when you're talking rush routes, every second counts. These are the perks that I pretty much always use. Double time, hardline, and tune up. Tune up absolutely never changes for me. Double time, I'll change to EOD or cold blooded if I need to change to EOD or cold blooded. Hardline, I'll change to ghost if I need to change to ghost, and then I'll change my frag to a Semtex if I need to, or like just depending on what the route is. And I always use a stim shot as well. You're gonna need a stim shot for most of these routes because it refreshes your tactical sprint time, and that's gonna give you like the maximum amount of speed in order to beat your enemy to certain power positions. On screen right now is exactly why you want to make sure you're using tune up, because the more times that you are in dead silence, the more kills you will get. Like statistically speaking, if you go into dead silence like 10 times, chances are you're going to get like 10 kills out of that at least. So tune up helps the most. Always make sure you're using dead silence, of course. On screen right now is also my statistics updated in search and destroy if you need to see that. Like, why would I want to listen to this guy? Maybe this is like a little bit of backup proof. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so up first we do have defense on Picadilly. So it's round one. We're pretending that we do not have any dead silence yet. I do this rush a lot, by the way. Stem right there by the car. You're kind of throwing in some slides here and there. You want to slide right before you get to this little orange heady. Expect a gunfight right away. If they push this really hard, they could meet you at this orange heady too. So just be ready for that. Make sure when you're by this like fountain, you pull your gun out already. If on the off chance nobody is here, before you just instantly hit the flank, always check over here, throw some shoulders by the blue van, try and get as much intelligence as you possibly can. A ton of people like to camp on this map, on the scaffolds, underneath the scaffolds, all around there. So I would recommend going all the way around. Go through the arcade, go back to the double doors, peek all the doors that you can. Don't just slam them wide open, and just flank pretty much from their exact spawn. Like that's the way to kill the campers on this map. They're all just staring forward, so kill them in the back. And then up next is a response. If they're doing an A rush and they're beating you over there really hard and you guys are just dying right away, or they're rush planning A a lot, you want to do this rush. Stem right around that car. We still got our Cali sticks out. We're just booking it all the way up to top. Close the door right behind you. You want to double check middle first, just in case if they rush middle, and then you're gonna like bounce out over here, take down all these guys. You want to just get up here as quickly as possible. If you have dead silence, I would even recommend popping it like right off spawn. This is a really good spot that I don't think a lot of people like have utilized or even know about. But basically, like, you can hop on top of this thing, you can get a really good angle. You can even jump down there if you want to. But this little corner right here is a really good spot. Even after the bomb is planted, if you go right there, like, it's really rare that somebody looks right there. A lot of people will camp inside the corner to the left, and when they look inside that corner to the left, you'll be able to kill them right there. Right there, you have a really good vantage point on the arcade as well, and then you can decide whether if you want to flank around or not. All right, up next is like the B protection push. So if they're pushing B extra hard, this is what you want to do. I do use dead silence for this. I recommend using dead silence. Stem right around that little table thing. We're kind of sliding as much as possible, making sure we're not getting seen, and you're gonna slide right into this corner right away. When you're in this corner and like nobody spotted you go over here, you are super golden, I promise you. Sometimes you can make it up over to here as well, especially if you know they're all kind of like hitting A, or they're all like chilling back and nobody's really staring right here. But pretty much what you want to do is wait here. You made it here before anyone ever sees you come in. You wait there. You let enemies just walk right past you, or you see them go over to A through middle or whatever, or you see them start going into library, then you can start flanking around through their spawn and everything. But this is a really good position to protect B. If they're beating you really badly at B, I really recommend using that rush route. Well, up next, this is going to be how you stop the middle aggression. The middle rush on this map for offense is going to be the main rush that most teams will use. So you want to master using this rush route right here in order to counter and stop that rush route. If you stop that rush route, you pretty much force them to go to A. And then if you know where they're going, it's going to be a lot easier game. So you don't need to use a stim shot. You can use a stim shot. You don't need to use dead silence. You can use dead silence. Honestly, as long as you have Cali sticks out with double time and you're like just slide canceling, you can make it here really fast before you're ever in any danger from real people. If they do happen to do an all A hit, like just every single person is over there and they rush planet A, this is my little secret parkour thing that I like to do. So you jump on top of that, you jump on top of this box, you land on top of the pole, and then you're on top of the middle buses right here. Nobody has ever expected that before. I never die in transit. If anything, like if I miss my shots, then I'll die afterwards. But if you use that little route right there, then you'll definitely pick up some kills if they rush planet A right away, and then they're gonna be like, what the hell, how is he there? Okay, so offense on this map, round 1. I just want to show you guys the same frag that I throw pretty much every single time. I want to show you where you want this frag to land and how important it is to land it there, because if you land it there, you force the enemy to want to go to library. Basically what we're doing is we're going to throw a frag that blows up all 3 of these cars. We're throwing this frag right here. This is the exact spot that you want to hit. It's like right around here. You have like a 2-3 foot radius, and as you can see, all the cars blow up. Hitting that frag is really important because that frag's like subconsciously forces the enemy to want to go towards B, because they don't want to die right away. They're like, oh, fuck that, I'm staying away from that area. So especially if you're really good at hitting that frag every time, they're going to want to go to B, which is important. So round 1 offense, we're throwing that frag, stim right there by the car, expect a gunfight right here maybe. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Like they're normally going to be scared. You jump out past the bus, you jump out past the Jeep, and then boom, from here, this is where I get the vast majority of my kills. I flank up through library, and if you happen to make it this far, I do recommend just flanking up all the way through B and then planting the bomb at B, because if people are camped out in top A or bottom Nike, top Nike, whatever you want to call it, then it's going to be really hard to get them out of there. Even if you flank them, like they just have so many power positions that like you kind of just don't want to fuck with, to be honest. Up next is another B hit, but I do recommend doing this one with dead silence, because a lot of this route's success depends on you being fast. So I didn't even throw the grenade on this one. Slide right there, expect a gunfight. There should be people running up right over here or posted up sniping. So jump around that corner, mow those kids down real quick, and then make sure that you don't go into the library through the metal detectors. You want to go in through this window right here. If you go into this window, you can catch people that are camping in the library. And if they're like staring at B, then you can kill the person right there. You can kill the person camping right there. You can kill the person camping on the top stairs. I don't know. I always get people camping on the top stairs. I don't know about you guys. All right, up next we do have the A hit. I recommend doing this one with dead silence, but you can definitely do it without dead silence as well. So pop Deady, and then you stim like right as you get to the end of the arcade. Slide around that little orange thing. Expect a sniper camping right there. But again, if you were throwing that frag for a couple of rounds, people won't want to stand near those cars. That's why hitting that frag is really important. And then I recommend trying to get into Nike as quick as possible. I don't recommend planting the bomb on A without Nike control. You wanna have a person up top here. If you have a person up top here and you plant the bomb, like you guys are pretty much guaranteed the round. So I would highly recommend that when you try to rush plant A, clear out Nike at least. You know what I mean? There can be people in the middle of the map. There can be people in library. There can be people at B. But you want to make sure that there's nobody inside bottom Nike and top Nike before you plant at A. So hitting that rush really hard and making sure you're throwing that spawn frag that we went over really helps this route succeed a lot more, because if people are sniping like right where they come out of spawn at and they're just staring at that little blue ticket booth, chances are you're going to get your head ripped off. So if you make them afraid to stand right there because of your frags, then that's going to help out a ton. And then up next we do have a B hit. This is if the enemy team is just pushing really hard through B, and this is what you want to do to stop them. We're going to go up the scaffold, grab the frag, you're throwing it over there, it's going to blow up 2 cars. You'd be surprised at how many kills that gets. Then you slide behind this pillar. When you're doing this slide, I'm going to show you guys, you have to check to your left. You got to know if you want to slide all the way to the right of the pillar or if you want to stay on this side of the pillar. So if you slide out here and then there's nothing there, then you want to stay on this side of the pillar. If you hit the slide and then you see people, then you want to be on this side of the pillar. That makes sense, right? If there's enemies there, you don't want to be able to like be shot in the back. So you do that little quick turn while you're sliding. You're on this side of the pillar or you're on the other side of the pillar. And then obviously from there you like kind of make your way up and then push into B. But you got to keep an eye on library at all times. There's always someone in library. I repeat, there's always someone in library. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. GG's guys. Devour out.